gonna start with the color wheel. So you're gonna need a little bit of water, either a paper towel or an old cloth. I have an old sock that I use. The set of Prang watercolor paints that were included with your supplies, and they have a paintbrush that they came with. So you can discard or hang on to the little plastic thing that goes across the top of your paintbrush. It's good to keep it protected, but if you lose it, it's no big deal. It's not something that you're gonna really need. Okay, so get all your supplies together and we'll be ready to start painting our color wheel. Okay, so the lid of your paint palette is really made for mixing colors. Just remember, if you do use it for mixing colors, you're going to want to clean it out every once in a while so that you don't contaminate some of your colors. Okay, so I think it's better to always start with primary colors, so I'm going to wet my brush. If your brush is brand new, it's going to need a little bit of a wash so that it's not so stiff. I'm going to put a little drop of water on top of the red paint so that it can start softening. I got a little paint on my brush, so I'm going to wash that out. I'm going to put a couple of drops on top of the yellow and wash my brush, and a couple of drops on top of the blue. Again, wash my brush. Yeah, I don't want to have too much water on my brush, so I'm going to squeeze it off on the side of the cup. And then I'm going to load my brush with some yellow. You want to be very gentle with this kind of paint. It's not a thick medium, so you don't ever want to sort of scoop in and get a big chunk of it. So I'm just going to get a little bit of red loaded up on my brush. I'm just going to paint the red section. Now, it's a little watered down, but I really don't mind that. I don't need it to be super dark. If I was painting on my picture right now and I wanted something to be very red, I would let this dry and I would go back and add a second layer of red and build it up gradually and make it darker. I'm washing my brush. I'm going to use my cloth to squeeze some of the water out of my brush. And then I'm going to go to the blue. Make sure I'm using the right pizza slice. Paint the blue. So what we're doing right now actually is wet on dry. So we're working on dry paper. We're having very controlled strokes, and we're telling the paint right where we want it to go. So we're controlling the medium right now. Gonna wash my brush out really well, really well, because I'm gonna go to yellow next. Squeegee some of the water out on my cloth, load a little bit of yellow to the tip of my brush, and just fill in that part of the pizza pie. Okay, next we're going to do the secondary colors.